Hey guys, and welcome to my 2005 Tacoma build. As some of you who follow us on Instagram know, I've been building this over the last winter that we've had. I took it off the road and yeah, stripped it down, took the bed off, took the bumper that I had off it, and started building the flatbed. So I went with an ARB front bumper just because I'm trying to mimic the look of my Hilux from back in Australia. So I'm going more an Australian sort of looking truck. Yeah, I love the way the ARBs look, a bit more bulky. The coastal off-road bumper I had was really good, but because this truck has a 6-inch lift, you could see a lot of the tyre from the front when you're coming towards it, so it kind of looked a bit goofy. So yeah, I went with this. For the lights, I went with the King 7-inch LED spotlights. I brought them over from Australia with me. And I have the Smittybilt X2O synthetic rope winch. The lights are amazing, super bright. I've ran lights, $700 lights before, and these hands down are as good as those, and these are pretty cheap. The winch, awesome winch. I haven't used it that much, but it hasn't let me down so far, so hopefully it doesn't let me down. The lift in this is a 6-inch, just a Pro Comp lift. Wheels, I run 16-inch steel wheels with Radar Renegades 315/75 16s, so 35-inch by 12.5, I think. Sliders, they are Trail Gear weld together yourself kit, so I got those, and I didn't bolt them on the frame, I've welded them on the frame, which was kind of irritating because I got a frame swap on this from Toyota and I had to cut these off my old frame and then re-weld them back onto this. So that was a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. The flatbed, which a lot of people have been asking about, was a process to build, but if you know how to weld or do anything like that, it's pretty handy, it's pretty easy. I wasn't very good at welding before I started this. I learnt along the way. A lot of my welds from the start I cut out and re-welded once I kind of learnt how to weld. This is my welds now. Nice penetration, nice and even. And that was the first one I did. But yeah, so it's 6 foot to the back. So just a little bit shorter than the bed of the truck, but it looks a lot shorter. I've lifted it up as high as the top of the front wheel wells, just so that I can still get full articulation and not have to build any wheel arches into the deck, so I can maximize the space on top that I'm using. For the box tubing, I've got 2x4 by an 1/8-inch thick steel. That's for the frame, for the headache rack, and then for the braces that run across the cab, I have 1.5 by 1.5 by 1/8-inch steel. Yeah, and for the mounting system, if we have a quick look under here, so for mounting I've used 2x4 steel kind of sandwiched together because I needed to get it 4 inches off the mount of the frame, just to kind of get me the lift away from the wheels to match the wheel wells. So I sandwiched those together and welded them together. At the moment I haven't boxed them in completely, I just kind of haven't had the time, but if they start bending, which they probably will once we start hammering down fire roads and stuff, then I will completely box them in just to give them that extra strength. For the exterior of the bed, I instead of welding the whole way around, I used black caulking and caulked the whole way around it, so that I just didn't really want to be bothered welding the whole thing, and I think it was a bit of overkill, so I just tacked every 8 inches around it and did it like that. I used 14 gauge checker plate for the bed, just because if I was using 8 it would be too thick and it was adding a lot of weight. So once I used that, it brought the weight right down. For lighting, these are just LED trailer lights that I got on Amazon. Cost me $25 and they actually work really well. I need to get resistors for them though, because my truck thinks that they're shorting out or they're blown because they're flashing really fast. So once I get some resistors, that will fix that. Tire holder, I built this yesterday. Pretty much it, just a tire holder. It's bolted onto the deck here through to the 1.5 by 1.5s underneath. So yeah, it's bolted there. Does the job. I didn't want to put it side to side. I kind of like the look of the symmetrical straight down the middle of it. If I want, I can unbolt it and take it off and have a full bed, but yeah, I can't put I was thinking of putting a rack over the back, but my rooftop tent won't open properly if I do that, so that got scrapped.